we gotta talk about the cheap bands. So the update came out about two days ago now, time of the recording. And I've got some opinions. I think is a little bit strange. I understand people have their accounts banned. However, I feel like in the majority of cases, people have cheated and they knew that they've cheated, but are still trying to, I suppose, justify or explain themselves away. Now, I'm someone who has played other online games in a community that have cheaters in them. I think anyone who games has been in a lobby like that before, or in a server like that before. Oh gosh. Okay. You know, it's nothing new. People do it all the time, and that doesn't mean it's right. And I think cheating in online games is really stupid. And I also think that the second you download a cheat, you very much are aware of the risks that you can get banned. Cheating in any kind of game is a bannable offense, you know. The only time a hack isn't a bannable offense is when it's endorsed by the developers, and at that point it's called a mod. You know. Which SSO does actually technically have a mod that the devs support and promote. Well, I won't say promote, but definitely don't condone, and that's Reshade. I'm sure you can tell my game does not use Reshade. I don't use Reshade. I just don't particularly care enough to use it. I don't play the game to the point of, you know, going through the effort of Reshade and paying for a preset. Personally, not that type of game for me. Not that serious. But if you have genuinely just used Reshade and you're banned, send them an email, push SSO customer service to reinstate your account. Let's talk to the terminology. A hack is something that changes the game. Typically, it changes the game just for yourself. You know, that'll be your color swapped horses, that'll be getting your unlocked items, that'll be your receiving gems, etc. It's a hack. A cheat typically impacts other games. So, for example, if you can get an unfair advantage for increasing your horse base speed, that's technically a cheat. While if you hack, it will be more of cosmetic changes or aesthetics. And I also see a lot of people saying that they shouldn't ban cosmetic hackers. They should just ban, you know, those, by my definition, who actually cheat. In the eyes of a game perspective that doesn't have mods or allows, you know, hacks as mods, illegal hacks, pretty much what our mods are. In terms of game developers, cosmetic hacks do impact their game. If you don't have to spend time playing the game to get the rewards, for example in the Trailblazer, or as I like to say, the Battle Pass, the game loses out on its playtime, which is bad in terms of from the game. Now, I'm not saying SSO is a good game. I'm not saying SSO is an entertaining game. I'm just saying that from a perspective of a team, it is harmful. It is also harmful to the player base, which I'll get into in a little bit. But I don't think I have to explain why, you know, actual cheats are bad for the game. I think everyone hates people who exploit their speed, making unrealistic times on the leaderboards, championships, etc. There has been multiple championships that I participate in championships quite regularly, and I'm typically in the top 3. However, there are times where I You know, I didn't even get a chance to place because of cheaters. I have friends who are not massive uh, championship players and they typically don't place, but they didn't even get to finish the race because of a cheater. You know, that's really extreme. But that does happen, and I'm not on Nightstar. I'm not on an American server. Oh my gosh, why? E doesn't work to pick up the items anymore. That's really strange. Love bugs. That's really bad, and I don't think I need to explain even more. I'll expand on my point now as to why the cosmetic hacks are harmful to the game. You go parade around with your horse and everything is all fine and dandy, you've color swapped it, made your custom one, or whatever. You then go stand as Steve's, annoy people, and get reported. Part of the reason why people are reported is some of them are very obvious with their hacks, and therefore are reported to SSO, who then whitelist them and then subsequently ban them. That's likely one reason why they're not all banned. We will never know. I do have some theories as to why some are and others aren't, but we'll get to that later. You stand around, you parade your horse, you parade your items, you parade whatever it is about. Then you go and show off. So then the majority of the player base are children, so they see this and they will have FOMO, because children are vulnerable to FOMO. You know, the fear of missing out. Kids are kids, their frontal lobes are not developed, their self-restraint is not developed. So they go out and try to get them. Then they come across free hacks. Some of them are actual scams and will steal their debit cards or credit card information, if you're American, I guess. And basically make themselves vulnerable to hacks and actual exploitive hacks, etc, etc. Computer viruses, which comes with free stuff that you download, and as a kid you don't really understand computers and you don't know how to protect your systems, etc, leading to, in some cases, complete machine shutdown, or just, you know, leaked credit card information or whatever it is, you know, or just someone funny little prank. It does happen. Alternatively, they go and find actual paid hacks. Those are, well, first of all, paid hacks, you know, preying on people wanting a fresher game, so they pay for it, they get it, they make their account vulnerable again. They expose people to PDF files, as it is a very prevalent issue in the community. There are many PDF files out in SSO for us to read and interact with because the chat system is kind of broken and bad. That's another can of worms altogether, but you know, we'll ignore that for now. Now that we are a bit more aware of how even cosmetic hacks impact the game and why they are not good to have, even if you don't agree with my take or my explanation of that it harms the game because SSO is a bad game, that it's boring and there's a massive content drought, all points I agree with, I do want to point out that SSO is a company, it is an online game, and online games have strict anti-cheating policies. And all I want to say is, the second you decide to download a cheat, you made your account, you put your account at risk of being banned. And it is something that you willingly took on that risk, because that is your warning. If you download and you do it on your main account via your main computer and not a laptop or something like that, you are making your account vulnerable. You are basically gambling. You're rolling a die to see if you're gonna get banned. And you cannot take that back. Once you've cheated in the past, you are forever going to be rolling that die on your account. In SSO, it's your account. Other games, it could be your IP ban that you will not be able to, you know, make a new account like you can in SSO. Next, I wanted to talk about why some people are banned and others not. Of course, I don't know for sure. I don't work with SSO either. I don't make cheats. Not about that life, anyway. And I have a few theories. The first theory I have is that there are obviously different quality of hacks. You have better quality ones that are innately better at being hidden. Those typically are paid. And then, from what I understand and saw, a lot of hacks are free for SSO. Now, a free hack is just that. Someone made it, you cannot tell if it's secure, you do not know the exact origin or if there is any malicious intent behind it. All you know, it's free to download and it's on you to keep your machine safe. Free means there's less effort going on. That means it's more likely to get flagged because no one's, reputation or whatever is at stake. So they just make it, and if it gets flagged, oh well, they will just make a new one. If people are dumb enough to seek out another free hack, then they'll do it. Then, of course, there are hacks that are paid. These ones have a bit more effort into them. They are a bit more refined. People behind them put more thought into disguising it, that it looks more legit and doesn't get flagged. This exact thing was also a problem in Overwatch 1 back in the day when I used to play that soul-crushing game. You could get very cheap hacks, you can get free ones, and your account will just get instantly banned. It will instantly be flagged, and that's that. But there are hacks that got very expensive, actually, shockingly so, and people actually bought them, especially like aimbot. But there were other characters that relied on not aim that had hacks, and it was really pathetic. But that's besides the point. They were refined. They were harder to catch, and you kind of were more relying on people reporting them to catch those who are cheating. SSO is a company that mishandles their game. SSO is a company that has made a lot of errors and continues to make a lot of errors, but they are making a step in the right direction. They're actually trying to combat the prevalent problem of cheating in this game. And at the end of the day, if you have cheated, your account was always at risk of being banned. And you were always just rolling the die as to when SSO was finally going to crack down on anyone who cheated. And now is the time. I'm sorry if you have wrongfully been banned. I'm sure that is something that has happened, and I'm sure there is more than just one person. If you're wrongfully been banned, push for SSO to reinstate it. Ask them for proof of you cheating, and be a thorn in their back and get your account back. However, if you're someone who used third-party software to make the game more accessible through emulators or readers, I hope you get your account back. And I really hope that you reach out and push SSO to reinstate your account and let them know. SSO is new to handling cheating. So far that I know, they attempted it once before with GameGuard, and GameGuard was not a great solution, and this is their second iteration. They will never improve if you do not reach out. It is on them to listen when you do, but if you do not reach out, they will not be able to improve. So if you're wrongfully banned, push to get your account back. I also think that you should get banned if you used any sort of hack or a cheat and to be able to access discontinued horses or color swap horses. You should not be able to get clothes that you missed out on in the battle passes that you didn't have time to play. I do understand, it is frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. You do not need those colored pixels. So just another point. I saw a few people on Global saying that they deserve to have their money back for the accounts that they lost. And I'm sorry to say, you're not going to get your money back. SSO has a non-refundable policy, which is in their terms and conditions. And as sad as that is, you shouldn't have cheated on the account that you have spent so much money on. I'm sorry, but it's true. If you were to hack, don't hack an account that you care that much about, that you spend a lot of money on. Because when it gets banned, that's it. I suppose that's the video. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with my take. A lot of people might agree with my take. But in the gaming sphere, if you hack, if you cheat, your account was always at risk of being banned. That's the case for any multiplayer online game, because it's a problem in every single game. So, peace out, I suppose.